So, since this is a brand new movie and I'm only just seeing it, you can say this is my first look at Last Looks. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about a brand new VOD release, Last Looks. Before we begin, let me know in the comments what your thoughts on this movie were, if you already saw it or if you were planning on seeing it, and make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like these reviews, as it helps me out immensely by getting my content out there. And if you're new here, I hope you consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with reviews of new releases, older films, hidden gems, and so much more on a near daily basis. But let's not waste any more time and let's talk about Last Looks. This stars Charlie Hunnam as Charlie Waldo, a disgraced ex-cop who seeks solace by moving to the woods, but his quiet life comes to an end when a private eye recruits him to investigate a murder. Based on the novel of the same name, this is written by Howard Michael Gould, who also wrote the novel, and it's directed by Tim Kirkby, and it received a VOD and limited theatrical release over the weekend. It's a comedic mystery thriller with some notable film noir influences that exudes many familiar themes and tropes we've seen in these sort of films before. From the disgraced ex-cop, who is now a private investigator, to the femme fatale, to a seedy cast of suspicious characters, all of them, by the way, feel like they're just right around the corner from one another despite being in the big city of Los Angeles. It's nothing that reinvents the wheel, but it's definitely one that looks to have some fun for its mixing of its comedic elements into a plot that gets weirder and more convoluted as it goes on, almost in the style of a Shane Black movie or even something like Paul Thomas Anderson's Inherent Vice, maybe just not on as grand of a scale. Kirkby clearly knows how to mix his tones well. While I wouldn't call this movie laugh out loud hilarious or anything, he does know how to inject subtle comedic bits into this mystery as a way of breaking up the tension, and it'll be especially refreshing as we'll need a laugh considering the amount of times Waldo gets beaten up throughout this movie, which is already on top of how the cards are routinely stacked against him in both his personal and professional life. Charlie Hunnam, who I've always been a fan of from his Sons of Anarchy days, once again proves how much charisma he has as a leading man, managing to remain calm and collected even when he can't necessarily hide his personal investment in certain situations, especially as we see him get tangled up with a school teacher played by Lucy Fry, who has some connections to the case, all while he still shows some attachment to his ex-flame, played by the highly underrated Morena Baccarin. It also becomes fun to see the ways in which Waldo tries holding it together, but as this mystery becomes more layered and more out there, he really starts losing his cool when he can't get any straight answers. The film boasts a talented supporting cast that also includes the likes of Clancy Brown, Rupert Friend, Dominic Monaghan, and Method Man, among many others, some of whom are just glorified cameos, but have a blast with the material whenever they do pop up. Though while it's clear everyone seems to be enjoying themselves, I don't know if I'd call this one of the most satisfying experiences. The film goes in so many narrative directions, with more and more people seemingly getting involved in this mystery, and sometimes it's not quite clear what their connection actually is. And it does seem Waldo goes through some huge imaginative leaps to bring it all together, which does lead to an exchange where someone even points out that his theories have plot holes. And while I haven't read the original novel and can't attest to this, it seems in a way that that's the film's overall point. Like, there's one big joke to the movie, and it's how absurd and convoluted it gets, and how Waldo is grasping for straws to connect it all. And from the way everyone played it off with their overly confident, gleeful delivery, it seemed like everyone was in on that joke. And that's not necessarily a bad idea, as there have been plenty of movies that have successfully executed scenarios like that. However, I think this does bite off a little more than it can chew, and with it going on for almost a solid 2 hours, I think it introduces one subplot too many and overstays its welcome, causing it to drag in certain areas. When it all comes together, it's fun, and I understand what it was going for, but I think it needed to tighten up the runtime to keep things consistently engaging and would make said point have more of an impact. Last Looks is not a bad time overall, it's just one that's a bit uneven. It's a stylish little film noir that revels in its absurdity with a lot of fun performances, especially from the always reliable Charlie Hunnam. However, it just needed to focus itself a bit more and cut out some of the fat, as it goes in one too many different directions that causes it to overstay its welcome and not make it feel as emotionally satisfying when it all comes together. Still, while I wouldn't call it a must-see or anything, you also can't go wrong with it. Last Looks gets a 6.5 out of 10. So let me know, did you see Last Looks, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you find it funny? Is it one of your new favorite Charlie Hunnam movies? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and share it. And for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching, everyone, and keep having fun with film.